And good afternoon, basketball fans. Welcome to Katowice, Poland. Game day 3, a Group D fixture between Israel and France in the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket. We're live here in the Spodek Arena, which is going to be a highly anticipated matchup between two teams who right now have been good so far here in the group. In the case of France, they've been undefeated. Well, the other game that will be going on tonight, Poland, our host, will take on Iceland, while Slovenia just earlier picking up their first victory with a win against Belgium. Well, we'll take a look at the standings. France and Poland still the only undefeated team so far here in Group D as they take up the top two. Now Slovenia taking up position 3, but it's going to be a great matchup. Josh Bett alongside Azania Student. See, you got to think, France, they got to be tested somewhere, and tonight Israel might be that opponent.
Absolutely, but I've just been so impressed with France. They had 5 guys in double digits against Slovenia, 103-95. They won that game. They won their first game easy against Belgium. But what I like is Coach Fuchs goes 12 deep. Never have I really seen at a high level a coach being able to go 12 deep. The only thing is there you see Saar, he's not suited up right there. He's got his polo on. So they've got 11 men today, so he can't go that deep. But what was so impressive is that 78 points. I tried to do my research last night. There's no stats of it. 78 points came off of their bench. That is tremendous, and where they were able to just really wear down Slovenia last night with that wave of second pressure, guys coming off the bench, they do not drop for 40 minutes.
Well, this French team touted as heavy favorites, but tonight they'll have to go up against an Israeli team who came very close to bringing Poland their first defeat. One Jordan Lloyd took them to the buzzer, but look, this man, Denny Aptia, got to think if he performs the way last night as he does tonight, they could have a chance.
They sure does, and you know, he had the last shot right there against Poland. It was a packed house, it was rocking, and he missed that 3, but there were 6 lead changes 4 times. It tied up versus Poland. They really pushed Poland to the very last second. They lost by 2. And have beaten Iceland 83-71. So they do have 1 win in this group. They come up against a tough, long, lean French team, but Israel have been playing very well as well.
Well, now that we've introduced both players, or both sets of players, I should say, from Israel and France, now it's the best part of the day, as indeed we'll pay respect and homage to the national anthems of these two countries. We're going to listen to the national anthems of both France and Israel.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please remain standing for the national anthem of Israel.
most important part that we love to hear is the national anthems done and in the bag. That part, great fans here. Israel in the crowd, just behind their bench. The French to the left of their bench as both guys will exchange pins, and we'll get to also another crew that's very important today.
Well, again, we're very proud that we have three of the very finest here in world basketball. From Latvia, we have Gatis Salins. From Hrvatska, Croatia, we have Martin Vulic. And from Czechia, we have Mr. Ivor Matijak. Our commissioner, technical delegate for tonight's game is Eleonora Ragelova. Of course, a big thank you to all of our officials who've done a magnificent job in all of our games. And tonight, they'll do a brilliant one as France will take on Israel. Azadian, now it's time that we look at the starting lineups and what's been very interesting. You've alluded to this many times when we're talking about Freddie for two starting five. I mean, it's not even a starting five. The bench five could be starting five. The third string could be starting five.
You're right.
We're like children in a candy store. For Gershon Yabusele, Isaiah Cordinier, Teo Maladon, Mamadou Jete, and of course, that man, Bilal Koulibaly.
Well, it's the starting five that they've been going for, but like you said, their bench has been incredible, and this is one of the reasons why their bench is great. Francisco has been outstanding. 26 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds. He was an energizer bunny. He dropped 32 points. And the game before, I thought he was great too. Versus Belgium, he had 5, 6 assists and 2 blocks. He plays way bigger. He's down to 6 foot, but he plays even taller and bigger. He's just, he's the big reason why their energy doesn't drop.
Well, of course, there was Roman Sorkin, the man who led them in their opening victory against Iceland. A little bit quiet, but had a better end to the game against Poland. While for head coach Ariel Ben-Halafmi, it's going to be Denny Avdia, Roman Sorkin, Yam Madar in the backcourt. Now, they're going to give a starting lineup tonight for Nimrod Levy, while Yovel Zusman's been a key player for them defensively because he's always tending to match up with the go-to player in the backcourt of any other team. But looking at Denny Avdia, he was formidable against the likes of Poland.
Yeah, the 23 points, 9 rebounds, and the 5 assists, and he had that last chance shot at the 3 to win the game last night. It's exactly who you want to have the ball in the hands, to have one last hit at it. I think for me, I like how he's able to stretch the floor. Josh, he has a really mismatch problem. If he's got a shorter guy, he just shoots over them and he posts them up. A taller guy, he's able to, dynamically get to the rim.
Well, the official sponsor for today's game, the Tissot Countdown to Tip-Off, is now underway. A big thank you to Tissot for a magnificent and wonderful partnership and collaboration with FIBA International Games for well over a decade. We just see Baltimore try to get some final free throws in.
Sorry, just a quick one. They have changed the lineup. You're right. Israel, they've taken out Ginat and gone with Levy. Yes, so a little bit of a change. But what I have really enjoyed is, what's exciting about this French team, they're still missing some big guns. No Fournier, no Victor Wembanyama. It goes on from that. The Paris team, Coach Futux has taken over. They've got some really nice pieces, and from this, they've got 3 players, Yabusele, Koulibaly, and Cordinier, who are returners from that Paris team. So the sky's the limit. I really think, I'm interested to see, because I thought it was just a fluke. Well, not a fluke, but when you're beating a team, Belgium in that first game, I thought, oh, he's opening up his bench, he's going to play all 12 players. But no, the next day against Slovenia, he did the same thing, and I really do think that's one of their positives and a strength to this French team, that you can play 12 guys. Like you said, the guys that are coming, the first round pick is coming off the
Not just the first round pick, a #1 pick.
The #1 pick is coming off your bench. That's a beautiful thing, and very tough, because it doesn't drop. And that's what gets exhausting and tiring as an opponent, to have to keep guarding guys who are 7 foot, can move, shoot very well.
Well, it's going to be Jete jumping this one with Roman Sorkin. No, indeed, that superstar. Well, Alexandra Sarr inactive tonight. Welcome to the Spodek Arena. Second game of game day 3. This is the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket. Israel 1-1, France undefeated. Abdia being matched up by Washington Wizards player Bilal Coulibaly. Now penetrates. Getting blocked by the backboard. France like the run. JT in transition. Throws it down with 2 hands. That's one way to begin the game.
That's real quick from a miss. They're all out, all 5 players out in transition. And man, JT rocks the rim. The first 2 points for France.
Yamidar has got to stay out of foul trouble. Picked up too many early ones against Poland. Pulling up from 18. That's where he's had his struggles. Maladon waiting for JT to get into set at the low block. Well, they got a mismatch. JT, Levy having to switch. Coulibaly going baseline and turning it over. Now here comes Israel. Now turning it over, out of control. That's his defense. At times we've seen it can't smother you, but in that case, you got to think he's got to give the ball up quicker.
Here's the quick little dime and no look from Yabusele. And I didn't even get a chance to speak about France's defense. I think it's so tough, the layers that they have. You beat one guy, there's another guy right behind him to help.
Oh, Yabusele unable to get the 3. Israel still looking for that first field goal, and a foul is going to be given. I think that's on Bilal Coulibaly. Let's have a look here at the replay. Watch Abdia. Yep. Coulibaly just reaching in from the side.
So they're beating up on Abdia already for a minute and a half in and already given him 2 fouls.
Madar working with Roman Sorkin in the paints. Winning the block, but Sorkin trying to follow up. Madar again showing his difficulties against the French defense. Continue. Now Abdia. Another foul drawn. This is where Denny Abdia is going to give something to France they haven't seen. Size and speed. This is why they call him Turbo at the Trailblazers.
You see what I mean? There's only one of him, and right now they're just slowing him down by fouling him. He's already hit the deck hard 3 times.
Remember, France are not used to having a player that size, playing at that speed. Ready going for a pick and pop. Wants to take on Yabusele. Nowhere to go. Jump hook at Israel. Still failing in the first 2 minutes.
Great defense from Yabusele. Able to move his feet. Strong player.
She's able to force a switch. Abdia's got to match up with Jete. Coulibaly going in. Still can't finish. Zusman securing the board. Zusman looking to go all the way. Hangs in the air. Good defense by Yabusele. And 4 field goal attempts. Still failing to try and find the bottom of the net.
That's what I'm talking about. Look, he drives by 2 French players and then he's met by Yabusele. There's layers to their defense. Great timing on that block.
Israeli fans just trying to turn up the decibel level here at the Spodek Arena in Katowice, Poland. Game day 3 of this Group D in the FIBA EuroBasket. They'll be coming out for a quick show. Maladon penetrates. Even France, only 1 field goal, and that came from Jete.
Well, we saw this in game day 1 where
Abdia bumps. Drawing now his 3rd foul against France, and I wonder if that is on Maladon or if it's on Yabusele.
The bump and the foul. Oh, I was saying in the first game we saw, Luka Doncic miss his first couple of shots. We saw Belgium struggle. Remember, they played yesterday, so this is a really tough time to get rest, recover, get the body right. We saw quite a fair few shots even there at the free throw line, front rim, where fatigue is a little bit of a factor.
Converting the second free throw, but still Israel looking for that first field goal. Israelis yet to commit a foul. Almost 3 minutes played in front, only have one to give. Maladon, that time finding the bottom of the net. That was a Gortat screen set there by Yabusele. I think it was Jete. Maladon goes in, gets rejected. Yabusele said no, monsieur, and goodbye.
Well, 2 blocks now. Great timing. He puts it on the plate for Yabusele to knock it right out of bounds. Look at that. Beautiful timing. Great job, but it goes back to Israel.
This is good defense by Cordidier, just trying to keep Avdia in front of him. Avdia finds space for 3, and that's the first field goal for the Israelis.
That's beautiful, isn't it? He likes that kind of, that 3, but getting his rhythm and knocks it down.
Well, Francisco out of control. The France are able to gather. Cordidier. He was thinking about that 3-pointer. Sorkin closed him out, and Avdia gets a rebound. Zusman likes the pick and pop of Yabusele. Trying to make him go baseline. And in the end, turning it over. France looking to regain the lead. Explosive play of Francisco. You just wonder how far or how long Yamada is going to be able to keep up with him. There's the post entry. Now, Zayden, this is where Yamada can be at times, you know, a little bit of a liability, because he does pick up a lot of fouls.
He picks up a lot of fouls, and I don't think he locks in fully on the defense. Here's the step back with 2 defenders in his way. Splashes it in, nothing but net. Yeah, I think sometimes, you know, his concentration lacks. And at this level, they'll make you pay.
Still quite a low-scoring game, considering how elite these 2 teams are. But Francisco finding Koulibaly. Will fire a 3. That's much better from the perimeter in the game against Slovenia. Now Avdia. Almost gets it taken away, but he's able to keep it alive. Finds Yamada. Still time with Sorkin. Will fire a 3. Hasn't had that touch since the second half of the Icelandic victory. Francisco finding an opening. Koulibaly pump fakes. Takes an extra step. And that's his good ball movement. Cordidier, 3. Sorkin towers for the rebound. Finding Zusman. And another foul, and it's going to be the final team foul. But it's going to be on the ground, so no free throws coming up for Yovel Zusman.
Francisco asking, saying, I didn't touch him. He trips over himself.
Double change coming in for the Israelis. It's both Kadeem Carrington and Barty Moore checking into the game. So Yamada going to the bench along with Yovel Zusman.
Francisco telling the referee, watch it on film later. He does have a point. Either way, out of bounds.
Carrington just trying to find some separation. Another handoff now with Sorkin. A little too short. Sorkin second chance points, and that is what the big man has got to provide tonight for Israel.
Yeah, that's a really good job from Sorkin to stick with that block shot.
There's so much space, and you'd probably think now with France's inconsistency from the three-point line, you'd always have one help side defender at least 2-3 passes away inside the paint, because Francisco will get by you.
Just subbed in. 6'9". The Hawks this season coming up. Really love the way he shoots the ball. He catch and release so quick in the corner.
Chete, one more pass, and we got a throwdown already. This time, Jalen Hoard.
Good job from Hoard. Just creeping and patiently waiting.
Bit of a ghost screen action coming from Baltimore. Kick out, Levy wide open three. Silken was going to get ready for the putback, but that one just went over the backboard and out of bounds. So France getting back, and they'll have a chance to take the lead.
Well, here comes Ginat. Didn't start this game, so he's coming off the bench. 10 points last game. Yesterday, 2-point loss. It was really great back and forth battle.
Well, this is what Risa Shea does best. Spots up.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how long you sit him down for. That jump shot, that three-point shot, that is simply impeccable.
Yeah, well, he hit 3 yesterday. The way he just catches it and lets it go. Really elite for the young man.
Carrington, another ghost screen. Avdia! Good night. Lila Tom. Big time throw down.
Well, we said yesterday he doesn't like to dunk. Well, today is a new day.
May have been listening to us on the highlights. Risa Shea, 1-3, corner, and another one. Well, he doesn't miss many, does he?
He's nice, honestly. He's able to stretch the floor.
Avdia got it by the #1 pick. Well, Ginat, good defense, good rotation anticipation by France. Now Jalen Hoard goes in with a little French step, and a foul's been given. So this could be a three-point play for France.
It is. Lovely job from Hoard. Just gets the ball on the floor, does take a slight bump, and good concentration. Look at his eyes. They're up, they're on the rim, and making sure he puts it in.
I want to see that play. Here we go. Turbo time by Avdia down the lane. And in the end, took no prisoners with him. That's trailblazing. Rip City, baby.
Really good job. Timeout.
Well, we'll go down to the bench to find out what Ariel Beit Halafmi has to say to his players.
Shea 60% until now from 3. Come on. Come on now. Use your fouls early, guys. Twice. Use your fouls early. דני התנ"ך. איתי על לימוד. ורפי על דני. אוקיי? Box out. We run the 4 down with Tomer. מתחת להגנה. Okay, here we go.
Well, Denny Avdia so far has been able to draw 3 fouls early here in the first quarter. He's got 6 points tonight, 2 rebounds. He only had a double-double last night. He was 1 rebound away in that defeat against Poland. You know what? It's the speed that he plays at and why they call him Turbo. And you're right, Azadia. Maybe somebody told him what we said, that he doesn't like to dunk.
Maybe you watch the game back. So I'm going to show you two talking all that.
Jalen Hoard now in the free throw line here for France. Chance to extend this to a 7-point lead to the French.
Yeah, Jalen coming from a basketball family. His father played.
Oh, in the end, well, failing to convert, but Israel will get it back. I don't know what's more disappointing. Israel giving up the offensive board.
JT. Yeah, he's going to be disappointed with that one.
Well, we didn't see Rafimenko yesterday for the Israelis. Now he's in the lineup.
That's true. He didn't, did he? He didn't come off the bench at all.
Baltimore finding an opening. Jete not allowing anything. Being the paint protector, the Eiffel Tower. It's going to be subbed out as Joshon Yabusele.
Well, that's what I talked about, didn't I? Just there. Behind this constant movement on their defense, where if you beat one guy, you've got to get past another.
That time Itai Segev failing to go up with it again. France's interior defense. Ford comes up with it. Now makes it indeed an 8-point lead to France.
6 points now. Jalen Ford.
Carrington caught it a double. At pump fakes. Again, they intercepted.
Got numbers.
Here we go. Risache going coast to coast. And Ale Risache in transition.
And this is the wave that I'm talking about. They get the stop and then they're out to the races. Beautifully done. 3-on-2. They make them pay.
Carrington denying the screen. Good defense by Akobo. Well, they need this. They need more points from Kanique Carrington. Well, what kind of defense are we seeing now, Z?
Yeah, 2-3 zone. Trying to tuck in the paint. You asked for a zone a couple of games ago, didn't you?
Yeah. Francisco crosses over in ISO mode. Boy, just took on the entire zone by himself.
Yeah, split the top two of the zone and down the middle. I like the style. He comes off a 32-point game. He's full of confidence. And look at him on defense.
Yeah, it's just the pressure he's putting on Baltimore. So we don't have a spacing here for a ball screen sequence. Gannett finds a three. And his face, but he still buries it. That's a tough shot.
Tough shot with 1 second on the clock.
That could be a 2-for-1 for the Israelis. Segev committing the foul. Not a bad foul because it's the final team foul before they send France to the free throw line. Akobo coming back in as well. Look at this. Ale Risache, French transition. Well, he went from on team to Paris. And in the end, with an exclamation point.
Yeah, 20-year-old.
Well, Madad's going to come up with it. Now, can Horton recover? Neatly tucked away. So a 5-0 run here for the Israelis, slicing that deficit down. Boy, still a bit of top again. Looking for a Euro and a bump. Now the Israelis can't have the final shot here in the first quarter. Carrington is going to probably go for a high ball screen, but now penetrates. The foul is going to be called, so this will be 2 free throws for Kanique Carrington. See, quite surprised neither team elected to go for the final play.
Yes, very true. The ball down, they've gone full steam ahead, but I think that's kind of what's been going on here. You have to get this. This is an easy bucket, so I wouldn't pull the ball out and reset.
Well, not that one, though, but like for France, Jalen Horde, they were last play for the shot clock. He went right away. And in this case, Kanique Carrington, you know, went for the penetration for 10 seconds. I mean, usually at this level, when the shot clock is up, you wait for a ball screen, if anything, but France will get one final play. Carrington converts both free throws. Well, Francisco has the speed. He's going to have to go quick. Finds separation. Goes for the three. That time unable to convert it. At the end of the first quarter, France, Les Bleus, lead by 3 points against Israel, 22-17. And I'd say quite a good tempo to begin this game, Zania.
Yeah, really nice tempo, actually. Both teams getting up and down. I do like how France are getting the stop and then out in transition, but Israel sticking around, even though that was quite a tough, first quarter. They're having to deal with the length and the quickness of France's stats. 73% from the 2-point strike is a lovely percentage for France. 31. They need to clean that up a bit. 4 from 13. Israel. They make a couple more of those bunnies and they're in good shape. It's the first quarter, best plays, and there's a lot of them, I think.
Well, indeed, France being led by both Jalen Horde and Zachary Risache, 8 points apiece. But it was France. What we've seen so well about them is defensive rebound, turnover still. They just get out very quickly.
Yeah, but it's tough. Bousselet with 2 blocks. We've had JT with a nice dunk. This one, Beautiful finish. They're just tacking the rim, and Coach Footek's staying on top of them. But Israel's done a great job not to let that lead explode. It's 17-22. Their fans love it. What would you say, about 2,000 Israeli fans? I think it's quite a nice amount of them. We're here supporting their national team. That's a good hit. He came off the bench. Ginat. That's a tough hit.
Well, that was their second three-pointer. The first one made by Denny Abdia, but basketball fans, if you love international hoops, FIBA EuroBasket, as well as the America final coming up, scan that QR code and download Courtside 1891, where you can watch all the best live streams and extended highlights of FIBA competitions. Courtside 1891, download it today.
So already, Josh, France has 18 bench points. I think they're going to try and beat that 78.
Was unheard of.
Well, they've already got 18 in the first quarter. They're on their way with the same amount. As Iffy is into the game also for France here.
I just wonder if this is a zone or a matchup. It's like a 2-3.
Gone into a matchup.
A matchup now, yep. Iffy in the game, because he got ejected from the last game, entering the bench on that final play against Slovenia. Well, entering the floor from the bench. Yabusele caught a double. Lisa Shea wide open, an easy dunk by the #1 NBA draft pick of 2024.
What great patience from Yabusele. The double, actually maybe a triple, came over, and he just took his time, jumped in the air, and found a cutter of Lisa Shea to finish.
7-point lead currently here to France. Ginat tries to force his way in, and that's going to be 2 free throws.
That will go back to the line.
Well, great take by Tamer Ginat, excuse me. It's interesting because Gershon Yabusele, this time finding Risa Shea, but on that previous play, he wasn't the primary defender. You kind of expect with his experience to really get into position quickly. Tamer Ginat making the first free throw. Started his career back in 2013 in the Israeli Winter League with Irani Naharia. Now, he did play 2 years in France with Boulogne Levoyat Metropolitans, the same club as Victor Wembanyama. Five-point ball game. Israel now back in that man-to-man matchup. Yabusele trying to force his way in. Foul is going to be called on the ground. Because he is a strong basketball player. It's a tough mismatch there for Kadeem Carrington.
Yeah, really strong. And I think every game we've seen, their first game, Belgium and then Slovenia, their answer to Yabusele has been double. There's Saar, who's on the bench in his polo, so he won't be playing.
Raul Cabarro just helping this one get inbound. Now Akobo penetrates. There's a kick out. Iffy goes to his left. A tough contested shot. And Israel comes up with it. That time the Israelis just able to prevent France from getting an offensive rebound. Nico finds Madad now. Levy misses last three. Can't get this one, but a push in the back is going to be called against Elie Akobo. That is going to be foul number 2.
Tough. Bodies flying and crashing in there. But good job from Israel. Crashing the boards. Where is it? Tough to see. Second foul.
Well, that's going to be a 13th foul. This one's going to be called against Iffy. And that's going to be his first personal. So this is where this young French team, look, it is a blended mix of young elite talent with some experienced elite talent, but You know, when you go up in the potentially round of 16 quarterfinals, you can't afford to get into foul trouble early. Madar. Bit of contact, and he gets one. And that's going to be a 4th team foul and a 2nd against Nadir Iffy.
That's better from Yam because, you know, I just think he's averaging 20 in the qualifiers. He's got to stay strong, but also look for his own buckets. Here's if he just puts his hand in and taps him right at the end. Madar, free throw struggles at times. I feel like he puts his hand on top of the ball. Quite an interesting shot that he has.
A bit of too much palm, I think.
Yeah, but the palm is on top of the ball. It's quite interesting. Anyway, Israel with a full court press that drops down back into this matchup zone.
Francisco working a ball screen with Yabusele. Hesitates. Kicks out. Finds Luau Caballero. Mako tries to help, and a foul is going to be given. So now 2 free throws coming up here for Luau Caballero.
It's a good job from Timote. They're driving, takes the bump, stays focused, at least gets it up on the rim. Said he was one of our favorite names to say.
Person must have loved him when he was in the NBA. Remember, he featured for the likes of the 76ers, the OKC Thunder, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it's a beautiful name, yeah.
Timote Luau Caballero.
I love it.
There you go. He knocks it down.
3-point lead still to France.
Should we maybe call him TLC? There you go. You like that?
I like that. We might need to ask him, though.
Yeah, true.
10 here on the shot clock. Carrington trying to find an opening. Levy hasn't made a 3 yet. Still struggling. Mako could have got the board. Now France want to run. Nadir. That is on Madar. That is going to be foul number 2. It's on Madar. Well, Eitan Berg got his first playing time in that game against Poland briefly up in Herzliya, along with Denny Abdia subbing into the game. And Abdia doesn't know who he's coming in for. That's going to be Rafi Mako. You see Abdia telling Mako, don't pick up any more fouls.
Yeah, can't afford it. So important. So they stay in this kind of big looking 2-3 zone, and then it becomes a matchup, but it just really clogs up the paint.
Well, deep 3 coming. Great job by Risa Shea getting the rebound. Time winding down here for France. Iffy has to go for a tough step back and almost tipping it in. But that is going to be a 24-second violation, and we haven't seen many of those from Freddie Fatu's players.
No, and he's going to call a timeout. We've seen this from Coach Fritzix where he's, you know, one little thing he doesn't like, a little, you know, 2-0 run even, he calls a timeout and he gets his team back on the same page immediately.
Well, let's head down to here. What Freddie Fatu has to say to his players.
On est trop tous à la périphérie et on fait que des passes pour avoir des 1 contre 1. On est obligé de sprinter, faire un écran. À la limite, tu peux popper. Mais en fait, il faut créer des décalages par du mouvement. Ok? Il faut y aller là-dessus. Donc, quand on a la balle là, peu importe le goal, il faut sprinter, avoir passer, close out. Là, on se fait que des passes et on joue des 1 contre 1. C'est ce qu'ils veulent. D'accord? Donc, demande à la limite, tête garde. On sprint, on joue derrière ça. Ok les gars, allez go.
Jeu rapide, rebond. Jeu rapide, rebond, les gars.
Well, the good thing for France, they only have 4 turnovers, but a great start here. You talk about efficiency, Azania. Hasn't missed a shot from the field, Zachary Rissochet. But like I said, the good thing for them, they've only turned the ball over 4 times.
Yeah.
There was the kick out. Rissochet, just such a quick release and a high release one.
Indeed, and there gets rewarded. Rocked the rim a couple of times now. Rissochet is doing a great job. And he comes off of the bench, remember.
Three-point lead still to France. Mada trying to work. Ginat. Oh, he had an open 3. Probably should have taken it. Now time is winding down. Mada getting rejected by Francisco. Pas-chez-moi, not in Francisco's house, even from the backcourt.
Look at this. You see, we've seen Francisco have 2 of those blocks already in the first game, but you see how his hand's on top of the ball. You've got to push the ball through the hand, and that's why it gives Silva Francisco time to block the shot.
I think he's got to be a little bit more efficient with the ball. Rissochet, that's his first miss of the night. 3rd rebound for Avdia. Finds Sorkin, nice pass, pump fake, saying, get it rejected by Rissochet off the backboard and pulls up in transition. Well, he pinned him on the glass like a magnet on the refrigerator.
I was about to, I mean, that is a highlight, but if he knocked down that bucket as well.
Mada, oh, what a move. Changing hands midair and avoiding the block from Yabusele.
Yeah, he had to do that to use the rim to protect himself. It's already been blocked already.
Israel look like they've gone back into a 2-3 zone. Iffy trying to attack the gaps. Yabusele, time, space in the mid-range. But Luau Cabaho is going to get called for the push in the back.
Well, here it is. There's the cam. View pins it on the backboard. Beautiful timing. Exquisite, elite defense, and that's what I'm talking about. You get past one guy and you got another 7-footer ready to pin the ball on the backboard as he'll go to the bench. Lovely minutes from him. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and that block as well.
Well, this is what we talked about with Freddie Fatu's team. They've been great in the first 2 games. Now it's a real test. You're up against a good team. So now it's easier when you go through the motions. Well, I shouldn't say good team because they've gone up against good teams already. Now you're up against an elite team. With a full court pressure coming from the Israelis. And that is going to be Israel's final team foul to give away with 5:26 left.
Well, how you beat the press is by speed. Francisco just puts the jets on. Gets past the front line, yeah.
Echo subbing into the game. 2 minutes so far from Tomer Ginat.
Yeah. Koulibaly also into the game for France. And Mam JT.
Israel yet again staying in the zone, but having a switch here. Well, it's a matchup now. Luau Cabaho fires another 3. Falling to Iffy. That's one thing France is going to benefit from, not giving away, or excuse me, battling for offensive boards. Francisco, deep 3. But good work by Sorkin.
Massive rebound from Sorkin to hold off JT.
Berg is waiting to get Iffy on his back. Oh, Sorkin lost control of it. That's not going to be a foul. He just lost balance. Koulibaly, another 3. Count it, and he'll go to the free throw line for the 4-point play.
Just when you think Koulibaly's been quiet, hasn't scored yet, runs the floor, stretches it. And a timeout's been called, but way to spread the floor, that's really difficult. And let's have a look. He's saying he felt like he didn't foul him. Here's slow-mo. It's the touch of the hand after the fact. Yes, the ball's gone, but we can't have any contact with the shooter.
Well, we're going to go down to hear what head coach Ariel Ben-Halafi has to say to his team. They currently trail by 2. When we come back, it will be a 3-point play free throw coming for Bilal Coulibaly.
Next offense, we go for Danny. With the flow down. They're over the limit. Mark. Rebound on the miss now. Rebound on the miss. Here we go.
Well, good response from the Israelis. They went down only in the first quarter, but you know they've been able since to adapt to the transition and the tempo of France. France is led by as many as 10, but Israelis so far have dug their way back into this one.
Yeah, they've just stuck around and got solid plays. They're winning this quarter 9-6. One free throw coming, but yeah, tough. And you know, it's not easy, especially the style of defense, the length and the strength of the French defense. They've done a really good job with second chance points, or 7 second chance points. That's how you get back into the game.
Coulibaly converting the 4-point play, putting France back up by 3. Abdia trying to stop things here in the offense. Abdia going back door. There's the help side. Nowhere to go. Israel have under 10 here on the shot clock as Carrington trying to attack the gaps. That's going to be an offensive foul.
Carrington just shrugs off and uses that elbow to clear space. Here he goes. As it goes through, bangs him in the neck. Solid defense from him. If he keep moving his feet, gets rewarded.
Quite a quick, explosive backcourt with both Iffy and Sylvain Francisco. Nice pick and roll sequence. Coulibaly goes baseline. That's going to remain France ball with only 3.3 on the shot clock. Change coming in for the Israelis. Carrington's going to take a breather. Barton Moore coming into the backcourt along with Eitan Berg.
Berg, good defense also on that last play. Way to move his feet. I like defense, but both teams doing really well in keeping their hands out, being disciplined, because they have to. They're both over the limit in team fouls. All the red lights are on under their names and scoreboard on the graphics.
Especially in today's game, considering the offensive prowess of both teams.
Right.
JT out of control.
Had to shoot
Speaking of defense, that was good defense in the paints.
Had to shoot it though. Shot clock was running down.
Well, good draw by Abdia. Regardless whether that was going to be called on the ground or in the act of shooting.
Abdia does such a good job of where he kind of brings the ball down, which sometimes is dangerous because you can let, you know, shorter players come and block it, but he kind of brings the ball down to scoop the defender's hands and arms in his way and gets that call on a fair few plays every game.
Wow. Doesn't also have quite a smooth free throw shooting form. It's almost like at some point at the summit, just a slight little pause reaction.
Yeah, look.
Right there.
Yeah, tiny, but it's there. It's easy for us to critique, isn't it? We're just over here doing our jobs.
Absolutely.
Well, they've stayed in this kind of zone.
If he's turning it over, now Berg, open lane, going to go in and level things up at 29. That's one way to convert turnovers into fast break points.
Good job. It's giving them a problem where they just really plugging up the paint.
Maladon. Foul is going to be called on the ground, but it is going to be free throws here for Les Bleus.
Here it is. Berg off and running. Full speed ahead. He's wide open. So because we're over the limit for both teams, Mam JT is at the free throw line. Okay, big fella knocks it down. 6'10", 30 years old, doing his job at the line.
Well, it's always a plus when a player like JT is able to convert at the free throw line, because he does so much hard work for his team. You've got to set screens, you got to block out, you got to fight for a defensive play, but unable to hit the second one.
I have this debate all the time. What's the harder job, the point guard or the post player?
Different in different ways,
Yeah.
or they're difficult in different ways, you know. Ante is going to get called for an offensive foul, and that's going to be number 2 on Denny. I don't think he can have too many arguments with this one, though, Z, because...
Let's see. Timothée does a good job.
Yeah.
Takes the hit. And then also gets landed on. So glad to see Timothée is up. Avdia, let's just check his second foul. So he's going to have to come out. He can't afford to pick 3. His third foul up.
Well, it's good timing, though, for Ariel Ben-Halafi, because they got 3:02 to go here in the first half. They're only down by 1.
And they still stay in this defense. I think it's working for them well. France hasn't seen a zone like this.
Still the three-pointers, won't drop here. But Israel trying to take advantage offensively. Burke pulls up from 15. Probably not the best shot. There you can see Ariel Ben-Halafi saying, listen, you've come off one screen. Let's get a ball reversal. But you know what? All smiles at this point. We had quite a good year with Bnei Herzliya. They got into the play-ins of the Basketball Champions League, losing in that incredible game against Falco Sambatai on the road in Hungary. Maladon. A good anticipation by Yovel Zusman. That's going to remain France ball.
Well, Israel, like I said, really sucking in the defense, where France is going to call a timeout. In the first 2 games, France didn't shoot the 3-ball well at all. They're shooting it at 32% in total. They're 20 from 62%. So Israel have gone with the tact of let's plug in the paint, let's make it difficult and force them to shoot.
Sur la touche, là, on fait zoom. C'est bon, on fait zoom. N'hésitez pas, on est dans le bonus, toujours pareil. D'aller chercher et ils rentrent là-dessus. Et sans ballon, bougez aussi. Si on est trop statique, ils sont bien sur une de passe. Après, derrière, on fera que du horn. C'est bon. Et toujours sur vitesse pour ouvrir la main droite. Faites les choses vite et roulez, passez, attaquez. C'est que ça. Et ne vous inquiétez pas pour vos tirs. Prenez vos tirs en rythme. C'est le plus important. D'accord? Tant qu'on tient défensivement, c'est parfait. Ok les gros? Allez, go! Continue de défendre. Allez, let's go! Bleu, blanc, rouge!
D'accord. Okay, so here we go. Coach has drawn something up, and I think that's definitely how to attack. There's Koulibaly's stat line. He's only got 4 points, but he's got plenty of time to score. How do they attack this zone where it's soaking in the middle? It's just clutters it all up.
Well, France trying to get it inbound. Cordinier forcing the switch on the ball screen. Now the ISO goes in. Again, he did well to get it off, but Sorkin's presence making that tough for Cordinier. Israel still looking to try and reclaim the lead as Zusman through in the corner, sinks it, and gives Israel a 2-point cushion.
Take the lead.
Many teams that will face France in this group and so on will probably be thinking now, play zone, because it's causing France problems. But if they keep fighting like this, well, they'll hang in there for sure.
Good job from big fella cleaning up the glass. Great tape.
Sophie getting a seal off. There's a double team. That's what they needed to do. Cement that position, make cap, and just go up with it.
And that's what Sokin, I think, was missing yesterday in that game against Poland.
Maladon goes in. Another foul called. So another trip to the free throw line here for France. He attempted 6 free throws. And so think about it. Think about the amount of points they scored yesterday to what they have now. They only have 32.
Yeah.
You know, this is the zone. Really has disrupted France's offense. So you got to credit Israel's defense.
Yep, they scored 103 yesterday to 95. And I think it's a good idea. Obviously, they're not shooting the 3 well. They're forcing them to shoot long jumpers. But the thing is with the zone, as he knocks down the first, is you've got to rebound, right? You've got to box out. That's the only downfall of a zone. You don't actually have a player to box out. So second chance points. France only has 4. And offensive rebound, they only have 5. So doing a good job as it's tied up yet again. Had 5 lead changes, 6 ties.
Nothing separating them now with a minute to go here in the second quarter. Timur getting that go screen. Sorkin wants to go right at Jay Tate, but good double team there. Now turning it over. France plays their cards correctly. A 2-for-1 is on the table. Maladon goes to his right. Finds Koulibaly. One more pass, Jete goes in, and that's beautiful basketball.
Yeah, outstanding. I like to call that the magic formula. It goes in, it goes out, it goes around. Giving up a good shot for a better shot. Good offense.
3 seconds difference. Timur wants to wind as much time as possible. Suzman. Sorkin trying to seal off. Levy penetrates. Levy goes in, and what a move by Nimrod Levy. Final seconds. Jete now will not go. Nothing separating France and Israel as both teams locked in at 36 apiece in game day 3 of the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket at the Spodek Arena at Katowice, Poland.
Well, here's the drive. Way to put it on the deck. Goes from one side to the other. Uses the rim. Really good. High off the glass. And we're tied up, and Dia loves it. And he's been good in this first half. There's the halftime score. There's not going to be much in it. Obviously, the three-point line's not being kind to France. 3 from 13, 23%, but it's because they're really clogging up the paint, making it difficult. Free throw line, 9 from 11 for Israel. Israel winning the rebounding game. 12 assists though. That's a great number for France. And turnovers, 8-5. Abdia leading the scorers with 7. And Michouje with 10 points.
Well, we're going to take a look at the highlights here from the second quarter very soon. Both teams right now exchanging flows back and forth, but it really has been the defense of Israel that has disrupted France's rhythm. Their dominant scoring, as you mentioned, the bench points well over 70 yesterday for France. But Abdia, after picking up that second foul, did go to the bench, but you know, Risa Shea doesn't need to play too long to be the leading scorer.
I didn't even recognize him there with his curls out. He's got braids in. I was like, who's that guy? Well, here's the second quarter best plays, Josh. Really, like you said, blow for blow. I've really enjoyed this first half. France doing a good job in sharing the ball. He's had a couple highlight plays, but really good. I think in the halftime, France is going to talk about how can they, you know, cut up that zone, how can they execute and find ways and holes. Usually you can get where you want to attack the zone is at the key in the free throw line and the baseline. You want a player to kind of shift back and forth on that baseline. So how can they break that apart?
Well, as mentioned, the one area for France where they, of course, did very well against Slovenia was their three-point shooting. They weren't so great in that opening game against Belgium. Here's the four-point play coming from Bilal Koulibaly, but the zone at the moment is working for Israel. The question is, Z, how much longer do you stay in it until France is able to figure it out and break it down?
Well, that's a great question. You know, there's lots of things that you can do, and we'll see what team makes adjustments. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. We're tied up. There's not much in it, but I knew this was going to be a good game. France trying to stay undefeated. Israel trying to find their second win here. They lose a devastating game yesterday by 2 to Poland. They've beaten Iceland, and they're looking for their second win. France, on the other hand, is trying to be undefeated.
Well, we'll be back in under 12 minutes for the second half.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday. This is now.
Feel our presence, built on strength
and drive. Not rising, we are arriving. Not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement. Constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot.
Earned. Taken. Undeniable. The future, it's already here.
Forged in sweat,
Ruled by queens.
When we move, the whole game shifts.
And we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
Now got it by Jeté. Wow, ankle breakup. Rovak finds Homage. Buric, sharing is caring. The Slovenian way.
And Luka could have easily giving up that shot.
And here's Jovic, gets met by Bertans, rejected. Well, nice rim protection.
Some confidence, he should really shine it.
Yeah.
Oh, Simonovic with a throwdown.
It hurt his finger. That's what happens when you go up hard.
What a block by Weedle.
Back to Krampelli, goes in. Goodbye. Au revoir. Wow, big time block.
Brizuela dancing with Rabac. Brizuela stepping back. Kaboom on the buzzer. Dario Brizuela. And he's exceptional.
What a step back there. And Brizuela is a spark plug scorer.
Matsuni has it marked in on that curl. He throws it down. Oh, you could see the strip just being written as he turned the corner.
Dennis Schroeder with a little bit of show-off ball handling there. He makes it seem so easy as Lithuania have to call another timeout. This is their second timeout of the third quarter.
Foul is called. The basket will count.
Lazic clearly fouls him.
The basket is good now. The official definitely confirmed that. One shot to come. Justa blocks away. stuffs it right on top of him.
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, welcome back, basketball fans. Indeed, we're live here at the Spodek Arena in Katowice, Poland, where currently it is a tie game between Israel and France, 36 apiece. Zachary Risa-Shea coming off the bench, the #1 pick of the 2024 NBA draft, leading the French at the moment with 10 points. He's got 2 3-point field goals, and of course, 1 dunk in the lane. And then he had the Ale Risa-Shea transition. But so far, I mean, he's been exciting.
Yeah, what a luxury that France has, the #1 pick coming off the bench. And for me, just the maturity of a guy is, you know, 20 years old, his career is ahead of him, but he's not taking it to offense or, you know, in his feelings that, you know, he should be starting. No, he comes in, he's efficient. There's his shot chart, lots of green dots around, which is great, 4 from 6, and just effective. And this is the reason why France have been good, is where you can get points from the bench. Like they've got 21 points off the bench so far. And he's a big reason.
Well, they could still get 50 here in the second half. You never know. I mean, the way they played, anything's possible. And Denny Abdia, after picking up that second personal foul, did go to the bench. But key thing is, Israel was able to play without him on the floor for a few minutes. That's a huge plus for head coach Ariel Beit-Halachi. But here was the first three-pointer by Abdia, the turbo man, who just plays at a very fast pace.
Yeah, he's only 1 3-pointer that he's shot and made, 7 points, 4 rebounds as well, and 1 assist. And his team leans on him a lot. Obviously, an NBA superstar and a great player. But you're right. How do they play when he's on the bench? And I felt like they were very, very good. They've changed their defense. They've gone to a 2-3 matchup, but like more block up the paint type of zone, making it difficult for France to get anything easy. He is playing well. He's got the 7 points. He's also coming off a great night yesterday where he is 23, 9, and 5. So we've got ourselves a half. What an exciting second half of basketball we got. I knew this game was going to be great. Both teams obviously want the win. France is trying to be the top of the group, and Israel is trying to get their second win. And if Israel gets that second win, this group does become very interesting. Who's trying to top it?
Indeed. I mean, after we've seen from the first 2 games, it did look like France and Poland. I mean, Poland's had relatively close games, but you got to think there's something about this Israeli team that makes you wonder how far they could go, because they are very talented.
I did say this at the start of game day 1. I was really intrigued and excited. I got to sit in Israel's practice. I thought they were intense. Where I sat in a couple other practices and they did like a walkthrough and a slower pace. Israel played for 20 minutes in their practice where they just went up and down. They played aggressive, and it shows now on the floor, that style of play that they're doing.
Latvia currently 3 points, 6 rebounds away from a potential double-double. But I think, of course, like his teammates, he'd rather pick up that second crucial win. They almost won against Poland.
Yeah, 2
If it
points
wasn't
off.
for one Jordan Lloyd, of course, who was... I mean, I don't know how Jordan Lloyd scores the points he does, but splits 2 defenders and then follows his own rebound, elevates out of the arena for the tip-in.
Yeah, and that was what won the game. But still, like I said, Abdia had that 3-point good-looking shot. It's the guy you want to have the ball in the last moments, but And this is also a point of the EuroBasket. You have to have kind of short-term memory, amnesia, whatever you want to call it, where you lose last night and you've got less than 24 hours, one, to recover and to get ready, but two, to learn quick on the fly. Okay, what mistakes did we do? What now is our new scout against France? It's a really difficult tournament to bounce back in. Considering they lost by 2 and it was a heartbreak, then they've turned back around today and they've tied up this game.
And respectfully, you look at France's first 2 games. They went up against, you know, Slovenia, who gave it everything. You know, in the end, they were able to win by double figures. They also went up against Belgium, which, you know, Belgium battled, but that was a convincing victory for France, respectfully. This is an opponent they're not quite used to. So here it's a new challenge for them. For a team that's, you know, not used to being together without key stars. And if we say that, Bilal Koulibaly, number 1 pick in the NBA draft at Risa Shea. It's still a very elite team, but every great team has to learn and grow.
And that's what they're doing. They're being tested here, and no doubt this game will then come, you know, to help them out later on when they move on to Latvia. Well, I'm not going to call it right now. They've still got to win, and if they can get this 3rd win, it's pretty much stamped that they'll be going to Riga. Also, Saar out, having Alexandra Saar. That's a 7 for a 20-year-old that's, you know, drafted number 2. He's out today. I'm not sure why. I would have to just go ask press officer a little bit, just in case he doesn't play the next game.
You could always ask Boris Diaw. I mean, he's in town as well.
Yeah. Yes, he is. I haven't seen him today, though. So just under a minute here left. Looks like the same starters are going to come out for France. There's Saar and his Polo.
Of course, he brings a big impact off the bench, and I think for the Israelis, so far they've been able to go a quarter without him picking up a 3rd foul in the first half. That is crucial, but let's see if we can hear in of what head coach Ariel Ben Halafi has to say. Well, I think they're going to get ready to come back in. Well, both fans of France and Israel put on a spectacular show tonight. It's been a really great occasion, as every night. And of course, tonight there won't be an empty seat in the building as Poland look to make it 3-0 as they go up against Iceland, who have never won a game in a FIBA EuroBasket. That's going to be a tough test for Iceland, but you know, they'll give it everything. They have been a very competitive team. They nearly won against Belgium. Well, Risa Shea is going to start here in the second half with Teo Maledon. Bilal Koulibaly, Gershon Yabusele, and the likes of Mohamedou Djete as well. The Israelis having a slight change. No Nimrod Levy in the starting lineup, and also no Roman Sorkin. So Ty Segev, as well as Tomer Ginat, now in the lineup.
Both teams changing the starters.
Segev coming up for a high screen. Abdia takes on Jetsebe, gets denied. The Eiffel Tower defending the capital.
6'10".
What a block.
Yeah, Mam times that perfectly, even though Abdia hangs in the air.
There's the alley-oop. Abdia drawing the foul again, Jete. Really had to elevate for that one because Jete's got a very long reach. Still locked in here in the second half, only just beginning. Trying to find Tomer Ginat, who's able to recover. Well, Zuzman was wide open, but the pass.
Yeah, he was trying to score it before he caught it.
France will have an opportunity to try and get the first points of the second half. All locked in. Now Koulibaly, defended by Seguin. Seal off by Jeté. Remember, Abdia's got 2 fouls. Doesn't want to pick up a third one.
No, it doesn't.
Ginat attacks. That's going to be another foul. The question is it on Jeté or is it on Yabusele? I think it's on Yabusele. That's only his first personal foul. That was the reach, actually. So, no, I think that might be on Risa Shea.
Yeah, I saw a 2 involved with that. That's a nice move. It was, right?
Yep, indeed. But you're not missing the free throw. Oh, Seguin fighting. Israel, keep it alive. Good hustle. Madad had space for a three-pointer. Now for a step back. 3 is up. 3 is good. Yamada with a big-time power driver.
Good job from Yamada with Jeté switched on him. Just gets into his bag to give him enough space.
Oh, good hands. Now, Israel won an unsportsmanlike foul. But you know what? At first glance, until we see, I thought there was a genuine attempt to go for the ball. Let's have a look. That's tough.
Well, the ball is on Koulibaly. Here it is, the crossover that gets the big man off of his feet and out the way. And he knew it was going in before he even let it go. And that's what Yamada can do for this team.
Abdia, now he'll go for a step back. Koulibaly have it, no problem for Denny Abdia. Big time 3.
Back-to-back threes now for Israel. It's a good start from them.
Maladon trying to respond. Abdia, big rebound, now wants to run. Turbo speed, no look, Don Zuzman, get him denied. What a block by Risa Shea.
Foul, but that's the second time he chases down the ball and pins it up there. That is a great second effort. You think, oh, I'm wide open. No, you're not. Look at this.
Atlanta Hawks soaring through the sky, gliding. Look at the step back by the Portland Trailblazer. Maladon. Yabusele attacks the gap, bumps. Towards the foul, he'll go to the free throw line. A chance to chip down the deficit now for Tomek Ginat. That's going to be foul number 2.
Coach. It's a slap from the behind, the moving ball. The coach needs to be careful. Yeah, there he is. Ariel's got the technical foul. Just overdone it. So technical free throw coming up.
So now France will have 3 free throws.
Yeah. Maladou will shoot the free throw. Knocks it down, and now Yabusele will come up and shoot his 2 free throws from that foul.
Well, Israel had a 2-possession lead. This could be cut down to a 1-point deficit.
So knocks it down, shooting 83% in the EuroBasket.
Might be a lane violation, so I think another free throw. Yeah, he ties Segev early entry.
So he'll get another hit at it. And Abada is bleeding or like has a plaster or some sort on his finger. Let me just have a look. So they're going to have to sub as they deal with the issue.
Gene Carrington subbing back in for the Israelis. 7:56 to go. Yabusele can't make it a one-point ball game. Just gets a shooter's drop. Madar being heavily defended. Oh, Segev didn't really keep his balance on that one. Segev flashes high. Finds Carrington, tough pass. Zuzman, he's made 1 3. Almost got another one. But Segev's come in. Right now causing problems for France.
Yeah, he is bringing big energy.
Gennat goes quickly, count it. And now he'll go to the free throw line.
Really lovely job to use the speed and get past JT. Catches it and goes right away. Look at this. And just gets a quick little bump for our man, JT. And Israel's bench loves it, and so does Abdiar. They know this is big. They go up 3. How many fouls is that?
Now only his second personal.
Okay.
But France have no more to give. Just like the second quarter, we haven't played 3 minutes, and any more fouls will send Israel to the free throw line.
Subs are going to come in. Carrington playing a few moments just to clean up Abdiar's blood issue on his hand.
France trying to build some momentum. He's got to be able to get into sets quickly. Yabusele right at Avdia. Finds Jalen Horde, reverse slam, and I don't think anybody saw that coming.
That's really good from Yabusele. Eyes on the back of his head.
Avdia down the middle. Bit of contact. We'll go to the free throw line. That's on Koulibaly. That's going to be number 3. It's not Jalen Horde.
Slap down, multiple hands coming in. Yabusele's up for a sub, so interesting to see if they do give it to him.
Well, it was on Bilal Koulibaly, so that's number 3 on him.
Okay.
But Avdia just still struggling from the free throw line.
%88% in this EuroBasket. He knocks that one down. Now they go man-to-man this possession, Israel.
Well, again, they find it in the paint, and Jalen Horde getting easy buckets right next to the basket.
Where before, when they played this zone, France doesn't get any easy points like that. Now they went man-to-man. They can't defend them man-to-man. Go back to that zone that was so successful in the first half.
Segev thought about going for a seal-off. Israel still leading by 1. Madar, another big block. France able to pick this one up. Any bucket will put them ahead. Now Risa Shea.
It's going to be a charge.
Wow.
Oh, block. Interesting. I thought he was a little bit out of control. Let's see. He had nowhere to go. Tough call. Madar didn't do a good job there. When you kind of, cradle and do an underarm layup, it gives the chance of the defense to come in there and easily block it. So out of bounds for France with 14 on the clock.
Well, baseline possession coming to France. Wanted to try and regain the lead. Now Yabusele pulls up for the mid-range and gives them a one-point cushion. And I think a timeout is going to be called by Ariel Beit-Halachmi of Israel. They led by as many as 4 here in the third quarter.
Well, that's money for Yabusele. Nice little 15-footer. It's high arcing. It's very hard to block. And splashes it in. Nothing but net. And forces Israel to call a timeout as they drop by 1.
לא לאבד את אור, כל הזמן הוא מתחת לזה. השחקן שלו בצבע ולראות איפה הוא. אתם יכולים להכריח עכשיו את החדירות. עוד פעם, כל עוד הגארדים הקולים לא נמצאים, אנחנו באנדר. עוברים ל-22, אוקיי? תדין, גאון זוס. 22, תומר חינוך, כנס התומר. אנחנו משחקים את השלוש עכשיו, השלוש, right? Let's go.
Well, there was a block, first block by Risa Shea. The pin off the bank. In time. Mamadou Jete just sending that one into the baseline, and again, Risa Shea. This has become the French block party so far.
Well, they have 9. So making it difficult for Israel to find anything easy, but still only a 1-point game. Little full court press here from France as they come out of the timeout. And it's Risa Shea at the front of your full court press. Can you imagine that? Look at that. Huge.
Israel finding Abdia. Abdia spinning, out of control. Now France want to run. They have numbers. Risa Shea goes in, draws a foul. He'll go to the charity stripe. Excellent transition after forcing the turnover against Abdia.
Well, here they go. Off to the races, gets hit heavy. And that's where he hits the front of the rim. But Israel needs to do a better job, in my opinion. Once they miss all 4, 5 guys, you know, one, well, the shooter, but the rest of the team, 4 guys, have got to retreat back quickly. France is so good at that.
Risa Shea unable to convert.
This is both.
1-point lead still to France. Sorkin also back in the lineup. France trying to switch on everything. Oh, another turnover. Risa Shea coast to coast goes in and finishes under intense pressure.
That's what I'm talking about, how quick he is, but transition. Lovely fast break layup.
3-point lead to Les Bleus. Israel just not getting the spacing right now here in their offense. Abdia bumps. He doesn't get the ad one, but he will go to the free throw line. That's going to be on Elia Kobo.
Second.
Well, look at this transition. I mean, he does magnificently to keep that under control. You know, nobody wanted to pick up a foul there because, as you said, how quick he is. Even if you try to foul, I mean, even there, you could call that an ad one because there's a hand on him. But any foul at his speed could result in an unsportsmanlike foul because of how quick he is.
Well, he's 6'9", but I would love to know his wingspan, but those steps, he's able to take his first step from the three-point line of his 2 in his layup. So, and he has great hands, and like I said, in this full court press slash, you know, man-to-man that they're playing, he's at the top of the key. Not a traditional forward or post player, spreads the floor.
Now we're under 10. Good hands by Abdia, forcing the turnover. Can Israel reclaim the lead here in the third quarter? Abdia bumps.
Charge.
Well, that's going to be foul number 3 on Denny. It's good defense by Risa Shea.
So Riche will come out. No one's had to, all throughout this tournament, comes across, he's there, he takes the bump. Really good job. In my day, I didn't take any of those. I hated taking charges, and especially when he's that big and he's able to block shots. That's tough. Way to sacrifice your body. And it puts at the air on the bench.
Francisco back in the lineup. And that's going to be a turnover, losing his balance. Well, a bit of a concern here for France because Francisco is on the ground still. Hopefully that's not too much of a concern for them. It looks like he's okay. May have just took a bit of a rough fall. Sorkin thought about finding Timur. Carrington finds Mako, good passing. Just France's closeout defense is so tough, but Mako gives Israel a 1-point lead. That's good execution.
Well, we were wondering where Menko was yesterday. Didn't play, and that's what they're missing.
Oh, bit of a hard double team. No foul given. Carrington goes in out of control, doesn't finish. Good defense by Francisco. And now France with numbers. Raul Cabarro finding a Kobo. France yet again finding a 50-50. Another chance. Over 3 minutes here in the third. Final seconds. Francisco, the threes just not dropping.
Good defense from Israel. They're doubling Yabusele, and he turns over the ball, and then this time forcing them into a quick shot.
Carrington goes baseline. An offensive foul. I don't think he can have too many arguments.
I like Timothée. I feel like, you know, does all the right things right there at the right time. Tough call. Yeah, it's been tough for Carrington. I just feel like he's really never really got a good rhythm. He's on 4 fouls also, so he's going to have to go to the bench with those 4 points. Francisco will bring up the ball.
Francisco. Eitan Berg now having to come in defense. Kim, what a hesitation. He's just having a tough game tonight. Mako, 3, transition, it's up. He hasn't quite got his legs under his 3-point shot, but Israel still lead. The team just going through a bit of a tough spell.
Double him again, that's a good idea to dribble it out.
Final seconds. Kobo puts up something, and it's all just out of control. Now it's going to be a 24-second violation. A Kobo. Well, Raul Cabarro may have felt that touch the rim, but I'm not sure. Well, Freddie Fatou doesn't signal for a head coach's challenge, but let's look here. No.
Doesn't. So good call. Or should I say no call? It's a shot clock violation.
Yeah. Neither team, and here we go. Well, Sorkin, I don't even think you could call that an alley-oop, but I think he connected with it, because if he hadn't, that would have been a 3-pointer. But what on God's green earth do you call that? Francisco has had his troubles. Still can't connect. 90 seconds beneath. Here we go in the third quarter. Israeli fans turning up the temperature. The foul is going to be called against France.
Called that on 3, so yeah, Timothée. It's his 3rd foul.
Tough to see from that angle. Did he actually make contact? Let's have a look here.
No, this is the alley-oop.
Yeah, I'm saying did he make contact? Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
so
he did.
fine. Because I thought he hadn't made contact. I wondered, oh, shouldn't that be 3? But clearly he did. So timeout called. Freddie Fatu right now needs composure with his players. We'll go down to France's bench.
Hey! D'abord, regarde son calme, d'abord. Oh. D'abord, regarde son calme. Si vous gardez les ballons de face à eux, on ne pourra pas marquer des paniers. Allez-y, stretchez avec des dribbles, montez, passez, drivez. On ne voit pas de drive, on ne voit pas de mouvement. Le ballon, il reste toujours là. Si le ballon il va au post-up, remontez, restretchez, redonnez des solutions et shootez en rythme. Shootez en rythme.
Quand tu me regardes, donne la direction. T'attends trop, le temps il descend. Et ne coupe pas, faut que je te la donne et c'est toi qui vas faire les passes.
Le prochain call, on fait
Well, here's another look at that very unorthodox alley-oop, but found its way, and I just wonder, had he not made contact? Oh no, he had to make, yeah, he does, so. Well, every little bit counts. Those fans still believe after the heartbreak, the disappointment. Now, we've had a technical called somewhere, I think. Or are these just the free throws, actually? Tamberg, no, so there was no technical.
No. Just a regular foul.
Tamberg, as mentioned, having played for Bnei Herzliya, not only in the Winter League in Israel, but also in the Basketball Champions League. Second one good.
4-point game.
Kobo getting a handoff. Jalen Hort setting those screens, but now they go to Yabusele in the corner, baseline. France's shooting really has plummeted here in the second half, Z.
Yeah, it really has dropped the shooting 41%, well 40%, should I say. 19 from 47. Still haven't hit a 3. And a moving screen.
Well, at the same time, Nadir, if he's getting a warning, and Mako is still going to get called for the foul.
Okay.
Let's have a look at the replay here. Watch. That's a good call. But at the same time, yeah, Nadir, if he... Well,
gets a warning too.
Yeah, I mean, that's the right decision too. I mean...
Like a 360 spin with the hair flick isn't he?
360 on that one, but... Akobo, got to make this one. Big time 3. Yeah. Cutting it down to 1. Now, that could be a 2-for-1 for France. Batimore finds his way back up. Berg down the middle. Easy uncontested layup by Eitan Berg.
Lovely job from Berg. Beautiful finger roll at the rim.
Well, that's going to be a foul and a 4-point play. And you knew when Eitan Berg was in the landing space of Elie Kobo. I mean, they can argue all they want, but that's the right call.
A big hit here, time running down. He lands in his, look how he comes into his space. Big hit. 4-point play, ties it up, and now with this free throw can take the lead. Beautiful. You can complain all you want. You've got to let the offense land safely.
Kobo can give them the lead, and he does that. Israel, 2.1. Nadar's got to throw it the length of the floor. That won't go as we head into the final 10. France and Israel separated by 1 single point. But this turning out to be a big-time showcase here in Katowice, Poland at the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket. It's incredible.
Yeah, really lovely game that we got here. 11 fast break points, though, for France, where they're getting the stops and then getting out, where Israel only has 4. But what Israel is doing is 13 second chance points compared to the French's 4. There's the stats there for you. France still not shooting a good clip from 3, 26%, but they are shooting well from 2, from 53%. Here are your third quarter best plays.
Well, the concern right now for Israel, 14 turnovers, one too many. In the case of France, well, they've been much better. I mean, they do have 10, but as you said, Z, I mean, earlier in this game, Israel went to that zone defense, and that was when they were down by 10. And that was the change in momentum. Israel went to that zone, and they found themselves back in it, but they haven't displayed too much zone here in the third.
Yeah, it's interesting. Managed it, but there were moments where I do feel like when they do go to man-to-man, France just slices them up. Here's the big-time block. But I like the change-up from Israel, that they're not just playing the same defense. They're throwing different inclines and waves and different looks at France that they're having to think, and it's not just easy. And at points, it's been really successful for them. Also, they're knocking down shots in big moments. They're getting to the free throw line. They're 14 from 20, excuse me, 70%. And this was huge. That was massive. Where you're down, and now you take the lead going into the fourth. All these little moments, buckets are important.
Well, fans, scan that QR code and download the official FIBA EuroBasket app. Download the app today, where you can get all the best stats, highlights, and news that matters to you most. FIBA EuroBasket app. Download it now. France getting first play. Risa Shea has hit 2 threes. Not going to get that one, but another big offensive rebound. Akobo made his last 3. Again, may have just clicked into gear.
Wow. 6 points in like 3 seconds.
7, I think, because he made the.
Oh, and the one, yes, thank you. Quick maths, not my strongest point.
Sorkin gets closed out. And now France. Well, they had Jalen Hort ahead. Kobo finding Luau Cabarro. Nadir hasn't made one yet. Again, it's the same story. France offensive boards. And another one. Israel's got to fight a bit more.
Yeah, they're just chasing it down. This is what I'm talking about. Who wants it more?
Well, they left the Kobo wide open. Goes for the contested one. Even when he misses, it almost looks like it's going in. And France, see, right now, they just want this a little bit more.
Yeah, they're really putting pressure on Israel. Israel aren't boxing out even here. Timothée comes in. Well, that's where they knocked it down, but Timothée is coming in, getting extra possessions. These are the moments, especially as you come into this final quarter, that get you those small 1%ers and extra shots.
Finally, Sorkin.
Yeah, Sorkin grabs that one this time. He said, I've had enough.
He did indeed.
I'm getting this rebound.
Tomer Gannat goes in. Nice finish. Back to a 2-point deficit.
Yeah, with 10 points now.
Kobo just trying to find that separation. That's good defense coming from Baltimore. As France, time is winding down. Akobo finds Iffy. Had to take a tough off-balance one. Risa Shea just fighting. Well, they'll keep us alive. And the foul is going to be called. Number 3 against Elie Akobo.
Well, here comes crashing in. And actually gets kicked by Risa Shea's foot, and then they foul.
Tough finish by Tomer Gannat.
Big time finish.
Well, the Israelis can level things up. 5 out of 13 from the 3-point line tonight. Gonna pick a pop here. Back to Deni Avdia. Well, he can give them the lead, the step back, another crucial 3. Avdia giving Israel the 1-point cushion.
Really shot that beautifully. Lovely rhythm.
Nice, oh no, turning it over. But can Israel capitalize? Avdia bumping, going in and getting the and 1. Could it be turbo time from Deni Avdia?
Oh, he's definitely taking over, hits the shot, and then transition layup plus the 1. Big time from Turbo, you like to call him, right?
Well, that's his nickname.
Well, here it is. Takes the bump. Concentration on 100. And he says, hey, look at this. Quickly release, nothing but net, splashes it in. And his crowd of Israeli fans shout MVP. That he is right now. 18 points leads all scorers, make it 19.
Oh, you gotta love how this game is like a roller coaster, back and forth between both teams. And indeed it is the 2025 FIBA EuroBasket. Luau Cavallo just going back door. Iffy. That's a good penetration. It just won't go in, Z.
Yeah, and this is what happens in the fourth.
Another deep three, are you kidding me? Yamada making it a 7-point ball game. And the Israeli fans, they are so ecstatic.
Yamada, you know, he's always playing with confidence here. Koulibaly doesn't have his hand up, he's rotating back. JT has to switch on him and lets it rain. And the thing is about Yamada can really start to fill it up. He's a walking bucket, struggle at times, but he really shines in these moments.
Now if you're France, what is going to be the message from Freddie Fatu to his players? Because, look, they've had some good looks offensively. They're not clicking, but you've been in this situation. You played in the London Olympics back in 2012. What would your coach be saying to you?
Well, that's their run. That's it, done. You know, now it's our turn. They've gone on an 11-0 run, and there's still plenty of time. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. There's way enough time for you to chip away. You can't get your head down. You've got to react. You've got to come out here and score. Here's the energy tracker of Avdia. Is playing top minutes and playing so well. Just under 20 minutes and he scored 19 points. He is on 3 fouls here. Lovely quick trigger. But yeah, if I'm Coach Futok, says, hey, that's just one possession at a time. He's also put Yabusele back in. You want that leadership from your captain. Francisco back into the game also.
Well, here we go, 7-10. Denny Avdia right now at 19. Leading scorer in this game. Israel do have 2 other players in double figures, Yamadar as well as Tomer Ginat. While France, Risa Shea, Jalen Hood still leading with 12 each.
Interested to see how this 5 for France does. It's not their usual 5 they go to.
Francisco. That's much better, drawing that foul. That's going to be Israel's first team foul here in the 4th quarter. And it's on Yamada, so that indeed will be his 4th personal foul, Z.
And that's what they spoke about too, Yamada said, hey, we need you. So they're going to drop back into that zone, which was successful for them in the first half. There it is, the 2-3 with Sulkin in the middle.
Iffy pulls up inside the paint. A smooth play, cutting it back down to 5.
10 points yesterday.
Good defense by Francisco.
This is a big play here.
France have committed 2 team fouls. Sorkin trying to continue, but that's going to be a 3rd team foul against France with 6:25 left. Sideline possession coming up here to the Israelis.
Koulibaly there, just put his hands in.
Oh, good defense. Oh, yeah, kickball violation.
Timed it wrong. Great play though. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Koulibaly checking out of the game for France. Plenty of time left, only 2 possessions. Yabusele waiting for Francisco. Takes the handoff. Unable to finish. Felt there should have been contact. Mada, Tomer Ginat. They have made one too many extra passes. And that's got the mismatch. Turnaround, extending it back to a 7-point lead.
That's a really good offense from Gnat. He had Iffy on him, and he just gets in the paint and doesn't have to do anything but turn around and score as he's got the mismatch.
Oh, Iffy, step back, huge three. A big offensive board. This is a problem when you play a zone. This is good for France because you don't necessarily have a man to block out. You got the area, and that time, Shea coming not just from the weak side, but the free throw line extended. Abdia, step back, hand his face. Nobody going in for an offensive board. Well, surely that's a charge this time. He didn't get it the first time, but Tomer Gnat, you saw him look up. The prayer had been answered.
Here it is. Look, gets in, takes the hit. He actually opens up his chest. Oh, so he can make sure he gets it. That's the mismatch. Really good recognition. And the French say, no, we don't like that one. Well, you've got to defend here. 5 minutes, plenty of time.
France need another defensive play. Gnat, another turnaround. Too much on it. Well, they don't call anything. Well, turnover, I think, clearly, you can see Francisco, I mean, there was a deliberation to try and stop the play, which they allow play to continue, but it just doesn't go in France's favor. Only 2 points today for Sylvain Francisco.
He's only taken 3 shots, but we have to defend now. Israel.
Spanish pick and roll. Abdia. Well, good help side. Diving. Madab made his last 3. Another deep one. Well, they come up with it. Gnat now making it yet again a 7-point game.
And when you think Yabusele has the rebound, Gnat just stays with it.
Over 4 minutes. Chete. This time the foul is going to be called on Sorkin. That's only going to be his first personal. And only Israel's second team foul. See, it's incredible. Every quarter, France has just got Israel into the penalty way too early.
Really early. And look, Yabusele kind of misfumbles that and it falls into Gnat's hands. And the French fan says, no, that's not what we want.
Nippa.
Yeah. 15-7 quarter here for Israel. France, their lowest scoring quarter, kind of struggling.
Now 4 minutes. Double team. Abdia turn. Well, comes up with it. Now wants to run. Eurostep and makes it a 9-point ball game. Turbo time.
Really good job. Yet again, they double Yabusele and he has to throw the ball in the air and they pick it up and they go down the other end and make him pay.
Malaga. Final seconds coming up. They don't want to foul now. France must get something. Iffy, double cross. Has to put up a wild shot. And now, Madab can run. Madab goes in, makes it indeed. An 11-point ball game. And Freddie Fatsu's got to call timeout with 3:25. Incredible turnaround.
A 17-7 quarter there. Iffy throws up the ball, nobody gets back. Yamada out to the races on his own, can just lay it up and in. France in trouble here. This is their first test in this Group D. And Israel find themselves up and feeling good.
And this is what I think is going to be the test here. There's still plenty of time left, no doubt about it. Only 11-point ball game. But for Freddie Fatsu, you've got to decide when going up against strong opponents.
Yeah.
Can't maybe go with these, well, you probably don't want to go with these rotations like you've been doing in games you've had convincing victories. At some point, you've got to decide, who is my best 5, and how do I slowly rotate throughout the game? And that is tough because you've got too many good players.
Yeah, you made a good point. You said this yesterday, and I was interested to see if they do go 12 deep today. And he has. He's played everyone. Obviously, Alexander Sarr is not in uniform, but he's gone 11 players deep. And you're right. Is this the fact of now a certain five? You get used to your five that you play with each other. Here's Yamada, who's just been feeling it today, as he has 15 points and really lit it up from the three. It's 2 from 5 from the three-point strike, but big 2 threes here in the fourth.
Still plenty of time left for France. Got to score here, though. Akobo finds a bit of separation. Nothing falling.
See, with this zone, they're really forcing them into shooting mid-range jumpers and threes. What they want, they need a guy running baseline, trying to creep under the zone.
Well, we got to get a stop. Tough pass, good interception. Now France want to run. And that's only going to be the 13th foul against Israel, preventing the quick transition.
Skinner's third, so he can afford that.
Because only Yamada and Kadeem Carrington, but Carrington's not on the floor right now, have 4 fouls each.
And they're nowhere near the penalty yet. They've still got 1 to give.
Big 3. Yamada gathers the rebound. No doubt, Z, teams will be watching this game thinking if we play France, zone matchup, or just a zone, excuse me, probably could be the key.
Especially when they're shooting 21% from the three-point line.
Sorkin with a seal-off. Gannat catches. France, you don't want to foul. Oh, no.
On the floor.
Well, regardless, it's going to send Gannat to the free throw line. I mean, great if you're Israel, but oh no if you're France. Well, look at this. I don't know. I mean, he looks like he's in the process about to shoot it. If it's on Ricochet, that would be his third, because unless the foul was previous, which, let's have a look. Yeah, it's on Ricochet. Well, the standing ovation for Roman Sorkin, who's going to leave and head out. I mean, he's had a very good game tonight. Well, I'll say that. He's only had 1 point, 8 points, excuse me. But you know what? Job done for him.
Free throws, though, Josh.
Yep, got to make them. Still time here for France.
Yes.
Not over yet.
You can't leave any hope or, you know, a window, a door open. Got to knock down these buckets.
Wow. Missed them both. But inadvertently, Yabusele and Jalen Horde fight over it. One of them could have got it, and Israel will get it back on the baseline. If you're France, you've got to dig deep. You've got to come up with something now. You cannot let Israel score here.
Well, they're going to clean the floor. Turbo's not only a fast player, he's cleaning the floor as well.
I can't imagine he's going to pick up a different career anytime soon, but you're absolutely right. Definitely being a team player, even for the support and technical staff. Mada pulls up from 17. That's up, and now indeed a 13-point lead to the Israelis.
Yeah, Mada really shines in these moments.
Well, France, you've got to score now. Ricochet, contested 3, not going to go. But Israel will happily take their time.
Now we're under 2 minutes.
Here's that Spanish pick-and-roll sequence. Well, Levy would have been wide open. Yeah, Madar, another 3. And that's picked up by Jalen Horde.
Got to go quick.
Just over 95 seconds. As you said, Azania, they must go quick. Jalen Horde, pick and pop. Now Ricochet, another 3. And Z, it's almost like the fear has got to them. And Abdia throws it down, and indeed makes it a 15-point ball game.
That's difficult to do in a minute in 21, especially this zone has caused France so much trouble that they're forcing them in to have to shoot well from the two-point strike. There, they miss it, they're off and running. Nobody gets back. France shooting 20% from the three-point line, 6 from 30, and they're shooting 35% from the floor.
It's going to be another turnover indeed. I mean, it's been a total self-capitulation. And it started with the zone, Azania. As soon as Israel went to that zone, and I'll say it again, other teams in this group and in other groups will be watching and thinking, you know what, France are great, but they'll struggle against the zone. The foul is going to be committed by Baltimore. But you know, if this game has proven anything in this group, everything's still very much open, I guess.
It is, sure is. This gives Israel their second win and 1 loss. France will take this first loss and 2 wins, and later will be Poland versus Iceland.
Well, here's a dunk by Deni Avdia. You can hear the Israeli fans chanting Yamada's name. Finally, France getting a three-pointer from Eliakobo.
They needed that because they had only 7 points in this quarter. Now it's to 10.
If you're France, you want to cut the deficit as much as possible.
Big time. Well, yeah, Yabusele is still playing defense, but he fouls. That'll be his second.
Free throws coming up for Sorkin.
Free throws. Sorkin, though, has been 50% from the free throw line.
And now Deni Avdia subbing out, and listen to the Israeli fans chanting MVP. Portland Trailblazers, what a game he's had tonight. 23 points in total for Avdia. Of course, he has 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals for Super Turbo tonight. What a game for Deni Avdia.
Fantastic job.
Well, Sorkin
makes down
both.
Yeah.
35.3 France. You got to keep scoring. And if Israel get it back, you got to keep scoring as well. There's the alley-oop. They don't connect. Eitan Berg comes up with it. Roughly 3 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Sorkin goes up, and now makes it indeed a 16-point ball game. Israelis no fouls to give. Bonnie Risa-Shea. You have to keep scoring, minimize the deficit, points difference. Yabusele. Now, could that 3 have an impact in the end as this group goes to a finish? Gnat goes for it, and Israel win. They defeat France 82-69 in what was truly an incredible turnaround from the time France went up by 10 and Israel went to execute the 2-3 zone.
Well, an amazing win from Israel. From the disappointment of last night, they lose by 2 to Poland, and they bounce back with less than 24 hours in them. They come out and they beat a tough French team, 82-69, a convincing win for me. What they did, we spoke about it, the zone, there's the end score. The zone really gave France some trouble and made them have to shoot well. They're not shooting great this tournament from the three-point line. Struggled from the field, 37% from the field, Josh. Tough. They've really put pressure on them, and they knocked down and really executed. Israel did. They shot 49% from the field. Wonderful job, as it's all smiles, and that guy right there, well deserved.
Well, the atmosphere truly incredible from both the French and Israeli fans, but you can see the Israelis now getting ready to celebrate with their supporters. But meanwhile, mid-court, the viewers can't see it, but you can see Yabusele, the leader of France, as they can't see on our screen, but he is having his leadership words with this young team. And see, every great team, they've got to stumble somewhere. You've got to learn, you've got to reflect, and then you've got to grow. But again, a big congratulations to the Israelis. A big win for them. It opens this group up.
Well, I think that's a great point. You got to. I think France will rather learn now in this group stage, as they've still got those 2 wins, and will play Belgium. Poland. Tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night. 2 days time. Thank you very much. So they'll have tomorrow off and be able to recover. But for me, this is all about Israel. This wasn't an easy game to come in here. They knew they had to play well. There's the stats. Israel 55% to France's 46%. They shoot a better clip on every single stat there. 37% to France's 22%. The rebounding game, they also win. The assists, though, fall to France 21 to 13. And the steals 10 to 8. 10 steals. That is a really great job.
Well, we will see the highlights very soon. But again, basketball fans watching live, you can catch both teams' coaches and players at the post-game press conference. Indeed, we'll meet with head coach Freddy Vatou of France and Ariel Beit-Halahmi along with the players. He will lead you through the highlights.
Well, this quarter was fantastic for Israel. They win this quarter 27 to 13. They hold France to just their lowest quarter of 13 points. That's huge. Daniel Avdia is the top scorer with 23 points, 8 rebounds and 2 assists in 25 minutes. Yamada, incredible, 17 points with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And those two were really a great force. They played with energy, they played with swag. You can see it on Yamada. And then also they got great minutes from their captain, Tamar Ginat, with 14 points and 6 rebounds. This is a huge win for Israel. You can see how much they needed it. And for me, for them to come back the very next day after a heartbreak, lose by 2 points in a packed house versus Poland is incredible. They've been really tested and they've got it done. France, on the other hand, they've got the 2 wins. They've beat Belgium, beat Slovenia, but they fall. They've got to regroup. They have tomorrow off. They're going to need this well-earned rest. Here's some highlights for you. As Avdia was huge for this team. I really felt like he put them on his back. And this crowd, I don't know, maybe 2,000, 2,005 more fans, just really good. You can hear them in the background. Well, there it is. Slovenia beat Belgium earlier on today, 86 to 69. Israel get the big win. Israel go up 2 wins and 1 loss at the top. France dropped to 2-1. Poland comes up later on against Iceland, that potentially, if they can get that dub, they will take the lead, and this Group D is becoming a real juicy one. Come back at 8:30 for Poland take on Iceland.